Following tonight, there is now a death investigation for a soldier who was in Germany. This week, the remains of U.S. Army Private First Class Denisha Montgomery were brought back to the U.S. from Wiesbaden, Germany. She was found unresponsive in her barracks room earlier this month and pronounced dead on the scene. According to the Department of Defense, Montgomery was from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, assigned to the 139th Military Police Company out of Fort Stewart, that's just south of Savannah. She was scheduled to return with her unit at the end of September.
Before I begin my commentary, I wanted to do a small disclaimer. The following content may be triggering to some, therefore viewer discretion is advised. Also, YouTube does have strict community guidelines concerning SA and unaliving, so in certain clips you will hear a little beep, or you might hear like a little glitch in between the content, but it's not an audio defect, it's just me trying to keep certain content out of my commentary. Also below, please leave your thoughts and opinions. I just ask that everyone be respectable in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get into this content.
Left, left, right, left, 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 right, left, left.
According to the Department of Defense, SA is defined as intentional sexual contact characterized by force, threats, intimidation, abuse of authority, and when the victim does not or cannot consent. SA can occur without regards to gender or spousal relationship or the age of the victim. SA must include physical contact. DoD concluded that sexual harassment is a leading factor affecting the unit climate on sexual assault. The majority of victims were harassed by someone in their chain of command. Veterans from all eras of service, from World War II to those recently served in Iraq and Afghanistan, have reported experiencing military sexual trauma. Denisha Montgomery-Smith, age 27, pursued her dreams and joined the Army 2 years ago. She was determined to help provide the best life possible for her 3 sons. Wihowever, her trust in the military abruptly changed when she was assigned to the 139th Military Police Company stationed in Wiesbaden, Germany for the summer. According to her family, she no longer felt safe with her fellow soldiers. On July 19th, she made a frantic video call to her family and asked that they record it.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Jada. Hey, Mom.
I love you.
I just want to come home. Look what they did to me.
Oh, my God.
She had serious bruises, open wounds on her body.
What is that from?
I don't know.
That looks like a knife or something.
In this 12-minute video call with her family, she said she went with a group of military police from her unit off base to a water park, said they had been drinking, and on the car ride back, they assaulted her.
They choked me out. Look, they was doing me in the car. I kept telling them, I was like, I can't breathe. I was like, I can't breathe. I was gasping for air. I was like, bro, I ain't never been so scared in my life. I thought I was going to die in the car, bro.
That evening, while she was on the video call, her family called the Red Cross and reported what she had told them, that 4 military police officers assaulted and strangulated her.
So I was like, just let me out of the car. But they wouldn't let me out of the car. And then all this happened.
In and out of tears on the call, she vowed to report her assault the next day.
I'm going to talk to CID tomorrow.
And what? Tell them that you just want to get out, or what?
I'm telling them that I don't want to be here no more. I'll do whatever I have to do, Mom. I'm coming. I can't be here no more. I don't trust them. I don't trust my leadership. I don't want to be here with none of them no more.
In a text message to her uncle the next day, she wrote, "They told me if I report an assault, I'll be charged with assault too because I mushed the female and bit the male that was choking me." 21 days later, on August 9th, Denisha Montgomery was found dead in her barrack.
I guess in certain situations, when you come across a problem, you want to quiet the problem, deaden the issue. And so I guess maybe that's what they thought they were doing, right? But little did they know, unfortunately, Denisha was allegedly killed. However, she wasn't silenced. No. See, Denisha was very smart, articulate, and bright. And the same day the incident happened, she was smart enough to notify her family. And she didn't just tell them verbatim what happened. She had them videotape the entire conversation, which was a 12-minute video detailing the injuries that she had all over her body, the events that took place. Everything was documented. But see, the Army didn't know this. They were in for a rude awakening.
A daughter, a wife, a mother, serving her country and working hard to support her kids back home. The Army calls Denisha's death
to inform you that your daughter has committed. And I said, how do you suffocate yourself?
I know that my daughter.
No doubt in your mind.
No doubt in my mind. I know my kid, man.
The Army released a statement 5 days later confirming Denisha Montgomery was found unresponsive in her barrack and said, the incident is currently under investigation by U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division.
But it doesn't make any sense. How are you still investigating when you prematurely said she committed? That tells me that you've already have a determination.
Tamika Light is Denisha Montgomery's aunt. She served 13 years as an Army sergeant and was awarded the Purple Heart.
Something in the back of my mind told me that when she was attacked on the 19th of July, that there was something bigger at play. Something told me that her life was in danger.
I don't believe it either.
Do you think your sister was murdered?
I do. It's just by who and when.
And how many? And how many knew about it and how many covered it up?
I don't know what she knew, but it had to be too much. You know, like I said, my daughter told me she was scared. I've never heard my daughter say that ever in her life. Ever. She wasn't scared of anything.
She was set to come home in 3 weeks, sent pictures of her bags packed and waiting.
I talked to her that night, and you're not going to tell me that she was anything but happy and ready to come home.
And this video to her husband dancing to their wedding song.
And that's all we talked about is what we're going to do when she got home. The very first thing she wanted to do was go to Walmart.
I can't make sense of it. It's a nightmare.
So after Denisha's family was notified about her, alleged unaliving of herself, I'm sure they knew the family would have a lot of questions and concerns. I mean, even if it was a actual incident to where they knew what actually happened, and say like if it was an accident and they actually knew it was an accident and the family was aware that it was an accident, the family I'm sure would still have like additional questions, even if they knew the manner of death. But in this situation, they knew what Denisha told them. And Denisha had a lot of information that she told to her family, and I'm so glad that she reacted and did what she did. I'm sorry that her life was taken, but I'm happy that she actually did something really smart. And that was make that video with her family. She had her auntie on the phone. She had her sister, her mother, her husband. I don't believe her father was on the phone. But it was a 12-minute video. And in that video, she detailed the events and everything as they happened, verbatim. So her family had that arsenal. But when the military was, when they found out about this video, I guess they kind of went into overdrive because they weren't prepared for that. They didn't know how to cover themselves. But it didn't stop them from trying, because this is what they said. The military, once they were notified that Denisha said that they were responsible, they went and told the family that that night at the water park, it was actually 2 other people that were not associated with them, that they caught them in the act of trying to essay Denisha. They allegedly ran after the people. They didn't indicate if they caught the suspects or not. But here's the thing. Okay, so Denisha did say that they were drinking. Apparently they weren't in a condition to where they weren't able to know their surroundings or whatever, because they were able to still drive home And as you guys seen on the video, when she did call her family, she wasn't out of it. She was aware of what was going on. So they weren't inebriated to the point where they didn't know what was going on around them. So, but I say this to say, so if they walked in on two individuals in the process of trying to essay Denisha, why didn't they catch those two individuals? Because, I mean, I'm trying to put it in a delicate, trying to word this delicate situation. Okay, so they're in a compromising position. So they're not on alert, meaning that if someone walks in and catches them in the act, they're not just standing there ready to run. They're like, they're intent on their target. They're in the process of trying to get something. So they're not aware of what's going on around them. So if you walk up on an incident like that, 9 times out of 10, wouldn't you be able to catch the suspects? I mean, they're in a compromising position as it is. So wouldn't you be able to catch them? Okay, so let's just say they're swift on their feet. Okay, they're swift on their feet. Her comrades had a little to drink. They weren't really out of it, but you know, they weren't quick on their feet. Let's just say they were slow to act. But a pursuit took place and they tried to catch him. They didn't catch him, and the alleged assailants got away. Now, if that was the case, wouldn't there be some type of police report done? Some type of investigation done? Like, even if they didn't catch the suspect, wouldn't they take her to like the military hospital, have her checked out to make sure she's okay? I mean, there's like so much stuff that needs to be done that wasn't done. So you mean to tell me that there was no police report? So you didn't catch the suspects, but you didn't do a police report. You didn't bring Denisha to the hospital or anything. And yet, when Denisha got home, she told her family a whole different story. If it was someone else who did this to her, why wouldn't she not say that? I would assume that it would be easier for her to tell her family that two unknown people tried to essay her instead of the people that she's with every day tried to do that to her. You know, it's a bad situation anyway, but I'm just saying, like, if it was someone else, it would have been easier for her, instead of knowing that these people that I see and I work with every day did this to me. It would have been easier for her to tell her family, it wasn't my comrades. These two people that I don't even know try to take advantage of me. I mean, why would she not tell her family that? So I don't buy that. You know, I really don't buy that. And it's the fact that the military, and it's like, and I have no issues with the people in the armed forces. You do you. If you're good, you're doing what you're supposed to do, serve the country, and you're not violating any laws or any acts, then kudos to you. But not everyone's like that. But it's just the fact that they tried to cover this up. It's like her life was nothing. Like, it's just, come on. I mean, I just don't understand. Let me know what you guys think in the comment, because, you know, I mean, I know I went on a tangent with that one, but it's just amazing to me how dumb they think we are. You know, like, that's insulting my intelligence. That's insulting everyone's intelligence. If you think someone's gonna just believe that crack of bullshit, no, that's not. No, you need to do better. Do better. Get it together, because that's not it.
CID told us on the phone that night at the water park, 2 individuals that were not with her tried to sexually assault her in a restroom. But they stated clearly that the people that were with her, they tried to chase them down in a sort, and they were trying to help her.
No one has inquired with the family about the assault. We have taken it upon ourselves to get justice for Denisha. We have taken it upon ourselves to collect all evidence, to show that Denisha showed that she was attacked and afraid for her life, and to show that she was ready to come back home.
58% of women and 60% of men who reported an essay assault faced retaliation. 77% of retaliation reported allegedly that the retaliators were in the reporter's chain of command. A third of victims are discharged after reporting, typically within 7 months of making a report. Victims receive harsher discharges, with 24% separated under less than fully honorable conditions, compared to 15% of all other service members.
About the assault, we have taken it upon ourselves to get justice for Denisha. We have taken it upon ourselves to collect all evidence, to show that to show that she was attacked and afraid for her life, and to show that she was ready to come back home.
We have asked the Army about the investigation and also about the alleged assault prior to her death. They declined our request for an interview, but said special agents with the Department of Army Criminal Investigation Division are investigating the death of Specialist Denisha Montgomery and would not comment further. Denisha was returned to her family on August 26th. En route to her burial, people in her hometown, Elizabethtown, Kentucky, lined the roads to salute her.
My daughter came home. They didn't give me no autopsy report, no cause of death. Where's all that? Where's all that at?
How dare you allow my niece's death to be in vain? How dare you prematurely tell us that this strong, beautiful individual took her life when we know better? We want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. I am Denisha Montgomery-Smith. That's her name, and I want everybody to say it. I am Denisha Montgomery-Smith.
It's unfortunate that your life was taken away like this, Denisha. And there's nothing that I can say or anyone else can say that can bring it back. But your life has not been in vain. And we're going to push your story out until your family get justice. No matter what social platform you guys are on, spam, I am Denisha Montgomery-Smith. Hashtag it everywhere. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere. Hashtag I am Denisha Montgomery-Smith. Her life has not been in vain, and we will get justice.